does not sound good.
Hi folks! Welcome to Living the Skye Life. If you're new here, I'm Willie.
And I'm Sarah.
We're a musician and artist, and this channel is about our journey escaping suburban life and moving to our dream home, a 200-year-old cottage on the Isle of Skye in the Scottish Highlands.
Along for the ride are our two crazy but adorable pups, Jack Spaniels and Nori.
Join us as we experience the highs and the lows of living in a remote corner of a wild Hebridean island.
This week, we finally get back out in Betty the boat after what feels like months.
We had such bad weather across the summer that Betty has sat on her mooring for several weeks. But summer seemed to arrive in September, so hey, we're going fishing.
Find out what we managed to catch after our long hiatus on dry land.
Plus, Sarah takes you along for a day of running errands, or getting the messages, as we say in Scotland. Then join us in the cottage kitchen cooking up a rare treat with the ingredients she bought and some we sourced ourselves.
If you don't already, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with our weekly adventures.
Oh yeah, and as for Betty the boat, we did have a little incident at sea, but did we overcome the engine problem, or are we currently broadcasting this YouTube channel from the middle of the Atlantic Ocean?
Find out in this week's episode of
Living the Skye Life.
Today is Errand's day on the Isle of Skye, at least for Team Skye Life. First things first, I have to load up Ziggy with all the stuff I need to take with me. Oh. Nori, you're not coming. Nori, down. Nori, get down. Nori. Hi. Get down. Get down. Good boy. Fancy orders. If you've noticed this little thing above my eye, that's because I had a run-in with this absolute thug in the woods. His name is Nori. We were out looking for mushrooms, as we often do. As I bent down, he collided with my eye at exactly the same time, and Spaniels have very hard skulls, so I did see stars for a couple of moments. I'm fine, but I just got a rather nice little shiner going on, so don't take your puppy foraging, basically, is the lesson I've learnt from that. Give me a hand out to the car.
Sure.
Like you always do.
This is all our bottles since Christmas.
That's what we tell people. No, Nori. You're not coming. Nori, down. Nori, down. Good boy! It's not quite out yet, but the sun is supposed to come out today, amazingly.
I know, right?
So, because I've got a 45-minute drive, I need to remember to bring some ice blocks with me for the cool box. Otherwise, all our food will just go off. Thank you.
No worries.
Right, let's get them in the car, and then we're ready to go. Nori, man, you are not coming. Come on, get down. Right, boysies. We're going in the studio with Dad. In you go. Here we go. Good boys.
See you later. Enjoy your coffee and time off.
Bye.
Bye.
I'd be filming myself taking the bins out, but here we are. The good thing about having our bins down the end of the track is that we never forget to put them out for the bin lorry. You don't even hear it from our house, so there's every chance we would forget to bring it out. They do have locks on them, I think partly because if there's really strong winds and they get knocked over, it's to stop everything flying out. The binmen have keys to those locks, so they literally just come and empty them and we don't have to remember to bring them out, which is fortunate. So that's done. The car smells a lot better. Next stop is Carbost for the post office. Forgot, before the post office, I'm dropping off the bottles at the bottle bank. That's my Etsy orders all dropped off. Only had 9 this week. I haven't put out the video about the new Coo yet, so I'm assuming I'll do a few more orders when the Nosey Coo gets released. While I was in the post office, got an update that my Asda order is due at 2 minutes past 12, so that's plenty of time. And Eve gave me a wagon wheel for the journey. I haven't had one of those in years, so now I'm fully stocked up for my journey and I'm gonna head off in the blazing sunshine.
This next section was filmed a few months ago, but I didn't get a chance to include it in a video, that is, until now. It will all make sense as this video progresses. I was watching YouTube the other day, yep, I do that too. And the reason I was watching is because I was trying to find out about this type of fishing called slow jigging. It's something I'm interested in trying, but I've never done it. So I found some videos by a guy called Matt in the south of England, and he actually has a fishing lure company. I didn't know that. And by the way, this is not an advert. I'm not sponsored by this company or anything like that. I just wanted to try them. So I ordered a couple of them, and I've got them here. The company's called Joker, and he was using these in his video. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. So I ordered a couple of them. They're actually meant to be used like this way up, which is the opposite to what I'd normally do. And the hooks are at the top as well. That's how they come as standard like that. You can though add other hooks. So I emailed him and asked if I could buy those hooks, and we just got chatting, and I've told him that I found out about his YouTube channel, and then I said we've got one as well and I'm going to try them out up in Scotland, because these are used down in Torquay, which is as far south as you can possibly get, southwest from Skye, right up in the northwest. So I'm going to take them out of the boat and give them a shot. It's quite rocky over there where I usually fish, so the point in this is that the hooks don't touch the bottom, and I think they have a bit of a fluttering motion in the water as well, which would be interesting to see. It's a total voyage of discovery for me. I'm looking forward to it. There's a few different colours of these lures, and this is another one of them, bright orange. He also sent these as well, which is a couple of other lures that he sent for nothing. I was really good of him, and I said, you know what, that's really cool. I'll put them on the YouTube channel and see what the people think of it. Anyway, his company is called Joker Lures, and his YouTube is also, it's a brand new company, and he's a nice guy. He really helped me out. He sent me some free stuff, so you know what, I'm going to give him a shout out. I'll leave a link in the video description below. If you want to give him a sub, that'd be amazing. And also, if you wanted to buy some of these and try them out yourself, then feel free to go ahead. As I said, this is not a sponsored thing. This is just a guy that sent me a couple of free things, which I thought was really kind, so I'm returning the favour. Next thing to do, of course, is get in the boat and go out and try them. So let's do that.
On the boat.
We're on the boat, and to prove it, here we are.
It's been a while.
It's been a while for you.
I mean, technically we were out 2 days ago because we went out to put the lobster pots out, but that was the first time I'd been in the boat in 7 weeks.
Yeah, it's been terrible weather on Skye. It's been too risky to take the boat out. But the last time we were out, we put the pots in, and we tried another bit that I've never tried fishing before. What did we catch? There's a big fish, eh?
We got some pollock.
Now, we've been trying to catch decent fish here since we started taking the boat out. The only thing we've caught so far is mackerel, and then obviously the things in the pots, but mackerel aren't that big. But these fish that we're targeting today are called pollock, and they're huge. Back at the start of the summer, I got chatting to a guy online, Matt from Joker Lures. So today is the day we're going to try out the lures that we've got already, ones that I've used before, soft rubber ones, and also we're going to try out Matt's ones as well.
They're really pretty looking. That's my input.
So let's go out and see what we can catch.
Yay! She just went off.
Yeah, she just cut out because we're using older petrol this time that I have to get rid of, and we'll get her started again, it'll be fine. See what we can catch. I've got the engine running, by the way, because we're right next to the rocks. It's not safe not to have it on here. Pouring a small amount of fuel with it idling like that.
I just crouched down so I didn't get in the way of the casting.
Yeah, here we go. Fish on. Not as big as last time. Whoa!
Oh, hello!
It's decent, but it's nowhere near as big as the last time, huh?
No. What are you gonna do?
Put it back. There's bigger ones there. Just straight back. Splashing away.
Keeping an eye on the rocks to make sure we don't get too close. Also keeping an eye on the water just to see if there's any dolphins or anything that appear. Nothing yet.
Switched to the technique that the guy uses, which is slow jigging. Wasn't getting anything at all. The rubber lures, nothing. No bites apart from that first fish. I think it's the candy floss coloured one. These you just drop straight down. You don't need to cast them out all the time. What he was showing me, just drop them straight down. Then I changed to a bright orange lure instead. Got a fish on first drop with his orange lure. Pass me the net. Oh, it got off!
Oh no!
It got off, I don't believe it! Oh, that's so annoying. I feel very silly right now. Matthew, I'm so sorry, man. It's alright, we'll drop down again. Current's taking us out that way, so what I'm doing is driving back to where we were for another drift. Caught a fish!
It's almost the same size as your lure.
That is the greediest fish in Scotland. In spite of our best efforts, we didn't connect with any more decent sized fish. They'd simply gone off the feed at this point. But at least we now know that these lures do catch the bigger ones. But time and tide was ticking on and we need enough water to get back to our mooring. So we decided to pull in the lobster pots and hopefully there'd still be enough time to do another spot of fishing afterwards. But, well, you'll see what happens later in the video. So most of these will be going back. We only take what we can in our quota, which is one.
This one's got big claws though. So you've got to weigh up the benefits. Woo!
Way! Right.
So we got six lobster into, actually we got 7. You threw one back straight away because it was obviously too small.
It was very small. It was like a prawn.
And now we've got to decide which one's a keeper.
91 or 2.
You've got a good set of claws on him.
Yeah, so that's a legal size one.
None of them have eggs that we can see.
No. I would say that this is going to be the biggest one.
Superstar.
I can only keep one. How heartbreaking is that? 95, so that's
that's bigger.
Well legal. Behind the eye. Okay, so that's 85. So that one goes back.
Gan him.
Gan him, like.
Bye.
See ya.
Bit of brightness over the Cooling Mountains. Are you remembering which one's which when you're putting them in there?
This one is 85, so...
No. You got a good claw though. You're going to be a bruiser.
Gonna be a bruiser, but unfortunately just slightly undersized. So now we have to decide out of these 3 which we're going to keep. That one's claws aren't that big. I mean, for my money, it would be the one that's still in the bucket, I think.
Is that our keeper?
I think so. Should we go and catch fish now?
And we could try.
That does not sound good.
She's been running so well recently.
Does that sound normal to you?
No. That sounds a lot higher pitched than normal.
That does not sound good. That does not sound... Uh-oh. Maybe I'd stop filming for now.
Well, this is a lovely place to spend the evening. I just stopped at Jewson's Face, which is like a kind of building supply merchant, and I got some Hessian sacks because we're about to start harvesting potatoes. I've now come right through Broadford and I've stopped at our vet practice. They have a shop with a little refill section, which is really good, so you can just refill a container with biscuits. Just seen an update from Asda saying about 12:30 now for my delivery, which is a bit annoying because I booked the 10 till 12 slot, so it's going to be a little bit late. But I mean, these things happen, the roads are pretty busy this time of year, so fingers crossed they'll still turn up. I'm gonna go into the coffee bothy and I will get some work done while I have some lunch. The Asda delivery because it's just so much cheaper than shopping at the Co-op. The Isle of Skye only has one brand of supermarket, which is the Co-op, and notoriously across the country, Co-op's prices do tend to be quite high compared to other ones. It tends to be about 20% more expensive than places like Asda, Aldi, Lidl, Tesco, etc. It would be amazing to get a choice of supermarkets here. It's probably not going to happen because obviously in the winter we have quite a small population. There's only about 10,000 people live on Skye. I usually do pop into the Co-op to buy things like fresh fruit and vegetables because I can make a choice about what I get. If you get them from Asda delivered, you tend to get the ones in plastic wrapping, whereas in the Co-op I can buy them loose. I'll do my top-up shop in the Co-op and then I've got to go to the refill shop and I think I'm done. Okay, final stop in Broadford is the Selkie Collective, which is a refill shop. It's an extra stop on the errands, but I think it's worth it in the long run. Like supporting businesses like that, not just because they do loads of plastic free stuff, but because it is a small independent business on the island. The two women who run it have to volunteer for 70% of their time working in that shop because it doesn't yet pay enough to give them a full wage, which is just insane. So if you're on Skye, either living here or if you're visiting, please do go into the Selkie Collective because they are really lovely and you can stock up on stuff. They do loads of eco-friendly gifts and things as well. You can get ocean plastic pots here. Those flower pots are made from the rope and netting collected from the island. Time for me to drive 45 minutes back home now, although I think I have one more stop in the village before I get to go home. I've made a stop just before I go into the village of Carbost because I'm stopping at Carbost Cakes. So this is an honesty box which is just outside the village of Carbost. It's the first road on the right after you come past the wooden scarecrow sculpture. You have to make sure that there's a sign that says cake box open and that means there's stuff in it. I have to take treats back for Willie because he stays at home with the dogs. He's not allowed to go shopping for food because he will come back with too many treats and snacks and lots of beige food. So I do it. I always bring him back a treat. So let's see if Carbost Cakes have anything. Oh, I see a brownie. I see cupcakes. I think we're in luck. Got my cakes! So Willie will be happy, and I'm sure I will as well, because they look really, really nice. So whoever runs Carbost Cakes, I don't know who it is, thank you. It's the last stop, I promise. And we are back in the village because I'm going to pick up some sourdough bread that has been baked today. The bread isn't ready until after midday and I have to go to the post office before 12. I have to sort of circle back round, come back to the village, back to where I started, and I'm going to pick up some fresh sourdough bread. And that is me done. Made it home.
Well done. Need some help?
Yeah, just a little bit. We're going to unload the car and we're going to unpack the shopping. And then I'd love to say we're going to put our feet up, but I think we're going out in the boat tonight.
We are, well, soon actually.
In like an hour.
Yeah.
No rest for the wicked, huh?
No rest in the skyline.
Well, it's running. Sounds like there's a really high-pitched noise, like it's draining. We're just gonna go straight back in. It's not worth risking it. We do have another engine, but
That does not sound healthy. That does not sound normal. I had worried when I heard the change in engine sound and immediately took the boat back in, slowly and cautiously, of course. We do have a backup engine, but it's only for emergency use. It's not designed for normal fishing. But it turned out the fault with the main engine wasn't the major issue I feared it might be. Back on the mooring after some deeper investigation, it became apparent that the issue was down to the primer bulb on the fuel line of the second fuel tank, which was the one that I was using on this trip. In short, the fuel line was letting in air, which was starving the engine of fuel, resulting in the strange sound. Of course, I hadn't realised this at the time, and it was a very big relief that it didn't turn out to be something more serious. The second fuel tank and the somewhat dodgy primer bulb has now been set aside for repair over the winter when the boat's out of the water. So all I had to do next was switch around the tanks and take the boat out for a thorough test within the safety of the loch to make sure I'd solved the problem before considering taking Betty the boat back out to sea. Now I did try my best to fault the engine, but she performed perfectly well. So for now at least, boating season 2024 is still good to go. The next day, just to be on the extra safe side, I took the boat out again by myself, and again just on the loch. And try as I might, I couldn't fault the engine again. Always best to be safe and not sorry. Plus, and I must admit, it was quite fun. Alright, so we're back on terra firma and we have our lobster, which we cooked last night, didn't we?
yeah, we put it in the freezer straight away when we got back and then cooked it, but we wanted to wait until lunchtime today.
Yeah, we're going to make a little classic dish. It doesn't normally feature lobster though, it normally features prawn. And it's the classic
Prawn cocktail.
but with lobster, so.
Lobster cocktail. And a monkey. Come on outside. Hello. Healthy? Come on. Oh, Nori got a bit of lettuce, did he? You like your salad, mister? You don't like salad, do you, Jack? No, he likes sausages.
You will need 1 avocado, 2 tomatoes, some lettuce, and lemon, but that comes later.
Willie chopped the tomato and avocado into small cubes and roughly chopped the lettuce leaves into strips, before turning his attention to the lobster itself.
So here is our lobster, and the next time you see it, it will be prepared. There we have it. Lots of lovely fresh lobster all prepared.
While the lobster prep is happening, I'm going to make some croutons out of some sourdough bread. We got this a few days ago from the local company called the Bread Lab. I'm going to chop it up into cubes, fry it in a little bit of olive oil and maybe a bit of salt, and that'll be croutons for our salad. Give it a bit of crunch. We decided the crusts would be too tough for croutons, so instead I blitzed them in the food processor to use as breadcrumbs another day.
Right, that's the lobster prepped and also the salad. Now to make the sauce. Normally I'd make my own mayonnaise, however we don't have a lot of time today. It's a working day at Skye Life Cottage, so we're using this brand, but you can use any other brand that you want. This is smoked paprika, bit of salt, crucial, Tabasco sauce, love the stuff, plenty of that, and finally a bit of lemon juice. Stir it through. Give it a little taste now. Delicious. That's ready to receive lobster. And it goes. I know that some people would put tomato ketchup in here. I don't think you need it with a flavour like lobster.
That's ketchup's yucky.
Plus, Sarah hates ketchup. Right, that's evenly coated. Nicely done. So that's ready to sit to one side and wait for the next part of the process.
Well, with the croutons finally done, that's everything prepared, so time to put it all together.
Absolutely.
That's his job.
That's my job.
He's the plater upper.
Homegrown lettuce. The mixture of the avocados, tomatoes. Just a little handful of the croutons. And then, of course, the centrepiece. And a few more croutons. And finally, a little bit of smoked paprika, just as a garnish, but also to give it that smoky flavour. And there we are, let's get it on the table. As always, Sarah reviews whatever we eat.
When he cooks it. If it's my recipe, then...
Well, I mean, it's delicious.
Obviously. Better than last time. Because the smoked paprika, you didn't have that last time.
No, I used Cajun spice because that's all I had in the drawer.
Bit of heat, bit of sweetness from the lobster.
Yeah.
You need those croutons though, because you need the crunch. Otherwise the texture would be a bit...
Yeah, you need the crunch and you need that sort of carb in there as well. It wouldn't be substantial enough for a lunch. But also the lemon juice as well cuts through everything. That would be lovely with crab, but it's so much nicer with lobster because you just get that real sweet flavour from lobster. So, out of 10?
9.875.
9.875? I think you probably should make that out there, folks.
As always, folks, thank you so much for watching our video. We really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do leave us a like, a comment, or subscribe if you don't already. It's free to do, helps our channel to grow, and you get notified when our new videos come out. Every week, Sunday night, 6 PM UK time.
If you did enjoy our video and you'd like to help the channel out, you can do so over on Ko-fi. You can buy us a coffee, or you can buy the dogs a wee treat. And what I really mean is, you help with the running costs of making these videos every week for you guys out there.
Or if you want to help us out more long term, you can join our amazing community over on Patreon, where you get bonus content and exclusive updates for helping us out each month.
If you're interested in our creative endeavours, you can go over to Sarah's Etsy for her artwork.
Or head across to Bandcamp for Willie's original music that features in all of our videos. And weird as it is to start talking about this in the blazing sunshine, proof indeed that we needed that summer has arrived. We're outside doing our outro. That hasn't happened all summer. But a lot of people have been asking if I'm doing calendars this year, and the answer is yes. They are on order from the printers here on Skye, and I will be updating you with how to buy them very soon. If you don't already follow us on social media, please do go across to Facebook or Instagram, because that's the first place I will update about the calendars. And as usual, all the links to our pages are in the video description below.
Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next week. We're leaving our suburban life, moving over the sea to Skye. Are we chasing a dream? I guess in time we will see, when we're living the Skye life. Living the Skye life.
From our house, there's no chance we'd remember. There's no chance we'd remember. There's no chance that we would remember. That's a really hard phrase to say. Well, the lobster prep is happening. Nori! I have been to the refill shop and I got my porridge oats and my toilet cleaner. And there's someone talking outside my car. You're a little bit disappointed it didn't make a farting noise. We got this a few days ago from the local company called the Bread... Everyone's making noise in this place.
Is it squint? Is it squint? I don't know.
Is it straight, guys?
Oh, they'll tell us. They will always tell us. Click here to subscribe to live in the Skye life.
Click here to go back to the start of our adventures with our very first episode.